It's a little bit chilly out there this morning. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Yeah, okay. Before Hector and Blanca get going for the day, I wanted to bring you guys up here and show you this. The new shaft is installed on Hector's trailer. So we got new, I don't know, I've heard them called pillow blocks, bushings, whatever, plastic bushings, whatever you want to call them. Sprockets. They cut the shield here so that way they could take the old one out intact. Put this one in, new drive sprockets on the inside here, new chain. Yeah, this trailer's damn near brand new now. I want to bring you up here and show you that though before they take off. They've been hauling like crazy. So they've been hauling manure as fast as possible. So every morning when Blanca gets here, she just goes straight to the truck, starts getting them ready, while Hector feeds cattle with the tuna. And usually the two of them get done about the same time and off they go. Sounds like they are done with their first stop, so now they're hauling to a new field. What kind of day are we gonna have? Oh, I think it does spin. Yes! So, been spreading for a week? Yeah. I've only had to do one shearbolt so far. Shouldn't have said that out loud. That was really dumb. Turn the simulation speed on. There goes the chain. So I'll just do this. One, you make sure your chain's not frozen. That's always important. But two, it just warms up the oil so whenever it does have a load on, it's not so hard on it. Plus, I gotta wait on the loader anyways, so I got time to kill. Our other loader is at a hay shed about 4 miles away, and it doesn't road the greatest because the float for the bucket no longer works, so it's a rigid arm out there, so it becomes this giant counterweight and makes it hot. So try not to drive it back and forth all the time where we're moving a lot of hay right now. These guys, they're usually done by 10 o'clock. Yeah, it sucks because you lose 2 hours, but usually there's something else that needs done first thing in the morning anyways, so not too big a deal. So you might be wondering, why such a big rush to haul manure? You know, why are you worried about having 2 trucks running all day, every day? And it's because when the big feedlot calls and says, hey, manure's available, you're not the only person that gets the phone call. We're hauling, and 3 other neighbors are hauling. And it's first come, first served, so you basically haul until it's gone. So you want to maximize your time because you know the other guys are trying to do the same. So you want to get as much as you can while you can, because it may be next winter before manure is available like this. Because what we're hauling is the lagoon water. So this is the water that, or the manure that comes out of their catch ponds. So the big feedlots, you have to have a containment, so when big rain happens, all the manure doesn't run off your feedlot into rivers and streams and such. So you have a pond built to catch all that water. Well, like back east where it rains more, they actually haul it out as liquid manure. Here, where it gets dry, what they'll do is wait for that water to evaporate down. Yeah, evaporate down to where all that's left is mostly solids. They'll dig that out, go put it in what they call a stockpile, what we're hauling out of, have it spread out so it'll air out and dry down even more. So the manure we're hauling was dug out of the ponds last winter, and it took all year for it to dry down enough to where you could actually scoop it up and haul it with a semi. Because it's runoff, it has a lot of dirt and stuff like that in it, so it's not as good a nutrient, so you have to put on more of it, so you have to haul more material to get the nutrients that your next crop will need. The other side of it is, if we don't catch rains, there's not going to be as much runoff into their lagoons. Next year there may not be the manure there is this winter. So that's why when they call, you want to go get everything you can while you can. As you can see by the cloud of dust back there, and that small of a number there, I've ran out of the wet manure that we stockpiled this fall, and I'm getting into the stuff we piled last spring and throughout the summer. Means I'm hauling a lot less, gonna slow down, take a little bit longer. But either way, at 236 ton, I am halfway through field number 2. So that's a plus. I wish the camera could pick up the heat coming off of this. It's unreal. And then see, you get in here, You get some ash. That's why I don't like piling manure like this. You can see we got a layer of dirt in there somehow. I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, the friggin' heat coming off of this thing is unreal. So manure by nature is going to break itself down slowly over time. That is going to cause heat. When your pile isn't very tall, that heat doesn't have very far to go to dissipate out. When you pile up your manure like this though, that heat really doesn't have anywhere to go, and it just gets hotter and hotter, and eventually will start a fire. It's just science. That's why I don't like pushing up manure like this unless I absolutely have to, because I know all I'm going to do is build a bunch of heat in there, and once it catches fire, you're kind of losing a lot of the nutrients to the atmosphere. Now, don't get me wrong, ash is full of carbon and other things that are very beneficial to the soil. Just not as beneficial as manure by itself is. So as you can see, Cameron is kind of right with me. He's only about 2 towers behind here. But here's the kicker. Jill's got about 60 acres for him on a pivot. And another manure spreader guy has 50-ish. So he may be caught up to me, but he's not caught up overall, so he's still behind. You're still behind! Everything's ripping real nice for him this year. He's been able to go like 6 miles an hour, where I'm doing 4. And with this light stuff, I am struggling. This thing's putting it out as fast as it can to do 4.5 miles an hour. Oh well. And there we have it. Another field done. I did the math in my head. I was about 1 ton to the acre shy of where I should have been looking at that total. Honestly, it's just because it's too hard to push that much powder out the back to hit the tonnage rates that I want. I slowed down to 4 miles an hour all afternoon even, and I was still struggling, so it's just part of it. Sun's going down, so there's no point in starting a new field for one load. I want to show you guys this, that big old pile. You can tell it started kind of right there. I did half of that, or close to half. I'm worried that's not enough for another field. I thought it was easily going to be enough when I started, but I don't know, it's going to be close. Right now, I'll clean up all my mess from today. I came over to see how the hay grinding crew was getting along, doing a custom job. Right as I pulled in, they started folding it up. Where'd he go? There he is. So that's another job done. Trying to get all the grinding jobs out of the way before Christmas, because next week is Christmas, and if it's like usual, we'll probably, just Monday's the 23rd. I think we ship cattle, and then we'll probably call it a day, and then from then till after New Year's, normally all we do is show up, take care of cattle, and go home for the day. So we'll see. Trying to get everything we can done this week, basically, so that way we're prepped and ready for it. So another big one will be grinding some more corn or cracking corn. Yeah, lots of odd jobs to get done before the holidays. As far as the cattle herd, things aren't going great, but they're a hell of a lot better than they were, so I'll take it. Still got quite a bit of sickness, trying to get all that ironed out, but they're doing pretty dang good. Alright guys, I'm going home. I'll talk to you later.